Hi, I'm Mr. Akhtar and I'll be giving you an overview of assessment and reporting in Key Stage 4. In front of you, you'll be able to see the calendar for this year. On the left-hand side, the first 3 terms up to February half term, and on the right-hand side, from February till the end of the year. I've included the first 2 terms, mainly for parents of Year 10 students, so you can see what is likely to happen in Year 11. The format roughly stays the same. We'll go through this in more detail in Year 11 information evening, roughly about October time next year, but at least it gives you an overview. You'll be able to see in Key Stage 4, it's mainly based around 3 sets of PPEs. These are pre-public examinations. Examinations that are done in the hall as we would do in real examination, very much exactly in the same way. There's one towards the end of Year 10, and then one around October half term in Year 11, and then again around about February half term in Year 11 as well. This is to give the best preparation possible before the real exam and create opportunities between each PPE to address any gaps in learning. Each PPE roughly lasts around about 2 weeks. And then there's marking, moderation that happens between departments and across the trust as well at the moment. And then reports are prepared and checked. And these are sent usually a few days before parents' evening. One of the things you'll notice is there's a parents' evening after each PPE. And in fact, there's 2 in Year 11, which gives us a really good opportunity to get to speak to you before the real exams. Now, the reports themselves are a lot more basic compared to the bumper edition you might be used to in Key Stage 3. These mainly contain the grades, so it could contain, if it's after a PPE, the PPE grade, what they would get in the exam if they were to sit the exam at that point. It could include the current working out grade, which would be slightly different to the PPE grade, saying how they're working mainly in the classroom, combined possibly with the PPE data as well. So if they haven't, especially in Year 10, covered enough of the content, then the current working out grade could be a little bit higher than the PPE grade, and also a predicted grade as well, what the teacher thinks based on their experience or how they're performing, what they are likely to get by the end of Year 11 as well. Now these grades can be what we call fine graded, so they could have pluses or minuses on them depending on how secure the teacher thinks they are in these grades. In Year 10 we'll have an extra report roughly in January time. This is because of the delay in receiving the actual report after the PPEs. Now in this report you'll get an early indication of what grades your child is working at. I would put cautious to any courses that are brand new in Year 10 as well. The attitude to learning in this report, I would say, is probably the most important. How are they doing in the classroom, and how are they doing on their home learning tasks, and basing your conversations around this. As always, if you have any issues, please feel free to contact the subject teacher, the head of department, or anyone in the school. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith, one of the Associate Assistant Head Teachers responsible for the academic and pastoral overview for Year 11 students at the Deepins. I want to provide you with a short overview on some of the academic support and intervention that we implement for Year 11 students as they head towards their GCSE examinations. I've listed a short number of interventions that have had a positive impact on students' progress over the last couple of academic years. I will go into a little more detail about a couple of these areas with you. Following positive feedback from students, staff and parents, this year again we have made the decision to continue with targeted intervention groups within Year 11. The number of tutor groups in Year 11 has increased to 9 to 12. This increase in capacity has allowed us to create 10 tutor groups, each focused on targeted support towards students within particular subject areas. These include maths, English, science, history, geography and RE. The groups have been determined and informed by a combination of students' predicted grades, attitude to learning levels and pre-public examination results in consultation with the respective heads of department. Students not allocated to a subject-specific group are placed into general groups where they will undertake a standard Year 11 tutorial programme. This will incorporate revision across all breadths of their subjects. We feel that these changes will really support positive progress of students. The programme itself will run for approximately 13 weeks until the next set of PPE and predicted results are available. We will then review the progress that students have made and amend the tutor groups to ensure that students are receiving the most relevant support for them for the following 13 weeks. We are currently offering a wide range of after-school workshops to support students' progress too. Our intention is to ensure that after-school sessions are targeted towards students and are invitation only. This is so that we can ensure that the sessions are focused on invited students' common gaps in their learning to maximise progress. We currently have several sessions running for Year 11 students. These include sessions on English, Maths, Science, Creative Eye Media, Geography History, RE, Spanish, Drama, Business and PE. Generally, the after-school sessions tend to increase as we move through the academic year, when the gaps in learning become more apparent for students. One of the most common questions that we get from Year 11 students is, how do I revise? During the tutor programme, we have dedicated sessions that focus on revision techniques and skills. Our intention is to provide students with a range of different ways in which they can independently revise with impact. Students voice that they found this session particularly useful this year in preparing them for tests, examinations and their PPEs in the autumn term. We also use a range of different online learning platforms that are designed to support students with learning, recall and revision. These include Seneca, Hegarty Maths, Educake and Everlearner. It's really important that your child knows where to log in for these platforms and how to log in for these platforms, as they're regularly used for home learning and are designed to support students through visit and support revision in the lead up to examinations. This academic year, we've purchased revision guides for all Year 11 students in English, Maths, Science, Geography, History and RE. We'll be using these in lessons as part of a revise, quiz, assess or RQA strategy. This strategy allows for students to use 5 high-impact revision strategies alongside their revision guides to revise a key topic. They will then receive a short, low-stakes quiz, followed by some home learning. This process is then completed with an exam-style question to assess the impact of their learning on that topic. We also have released resources on these key strategies to parents and carers, so we hope this will allow you to support your child's independent revision too. Please take a look at these resources. They are available on the parent grid. We hope that this is a one-stop shop for information on GCSEs for all Year 11 parents. You can see the link on the screen now. There are a number of other useful resources that you'll find in this section. These include an overview from each GCSE subject that was created in September, a copy of GCSE subject examination boards, revision resources including recommended revision guides outside of those that we've already purchased in core and humanities subjects, videos on how to use key revision strategies and more information on the RQA strategy, and information for students to support their post-16. I thought I would just very briefly share with you how the Year 11 parent information is set out on the parent grid. We hope that you'll be able to use this information to support your son and daughter through the GCSE process. If you do have any further questions or would like any further information on life as a Year 11 student at the Deepings, please do not hesitate to contact me.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Milliken. I am one of the Associate Assistant Heads at the Deeping School, and part of my role means that I'm responsible for the High Prior Attainers, or HPAs. HPA students are those that showed greater depth in Maths and English when they were in Year 6, and therefore those students that have a high learning potential. Whilst they may learn rapidly and be blessed with an excellent memory, they may have extensive vocabulary, a strong sense of curiosity. In order for them to fulfil their potential within school, they often need additional guided support to help deepen or broaden their knowledge. The key strands to underpin the support we offer our HPAs are based around student engagement, instructional support, mentoring and tutoring, and enrichment. To ensure engagement in their studies, our staff ensure that our HPA students are motivated and have access to additional resources to help them think beyond what they have learned in the classroom and challenge their own understanding of the subject. Students may be asked to complete surveys regarding their attitude to learning to help identify any barriers to their engagement. By using the Pixel Stretch strategy, students are encouraged to be stretched intellectually and to experience and learn about new innovations, ideas, research and people. The strategy has, at its core, a selection of talks which give students the ability to learn and stretch their understanding and interests. These talks are wide-ranging and some link to each other in different ways through themes, topics, concepts, language and ideas. Some students will also be invited to join small group initiatives, such as the Scholars Programme run by the Brilliant Club. As part of this initiative, PhD tutors are trained to share their subject knowledge and passion for learning, with the aim of helping our students to develop knowledge, skills and confidence to secure a place at a competitive university. Through our membership to Potential Plus UK, all HPA students will have access to advice sheets written specifically to help them to understand their high learning potential and a variety of talks and workshops. And as a parent or carer, you will also have access to advice sheets specifically written for you, explaining how to support your child with high learning potential. Mentoring and tutoring is available for HPA students and in Year 11 complements the wider academic intervention programme. Despite the constraints imposed by the ongoing pandemic, cultural enrichment activities such as live streaming of theatre events and other experiences remain part of our offering. Over the next week, I'll be contacting parents and carers of HPA students. The students will join a Teams community set up for their year group and may be invited to join one of the forthcoming HPA initiatives. In the meantime, don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.